శక్తుల ధైర్యంతో దేవతలను మునులను బాధించటం హింసించటం మొదలుపెట్టాడు. దేవతలందరూ బ్రహ్మదేవుని ఆయన ఇచ్చిన వరాలను వెనక్కి తీసుకోమని ప్రార్థించారు. కానీ
నేను ఇచ్చిన వరాలే అయినా అవి తిరిగి తీసుకోవడం సాధ్యం కాదు. కేవలం స్థితికారకుడైన శ్రీ మహావిష్ణువే మనల్ని రక్షించగలడు.
आमुख
असुरों के राजा रावण निरंतर 10 वर्षों से सृष्टिकर्ता ब्रह्मा को प्रसन्न करने के लिए तप कर रहे थे. उनकी भक्ति से प्रसन्न हो ब्रह्मा जी उनके समक्ष प्रकट हुए.
वत्स, तुम्हारी तपस्या की फल प्राप्ति का समय आ गया है, वरदान मांगो.
रावण सम्मान पूर्वक खड़े हो गए और बोले,
हे देव ब्रह्मा, मुझे सुर, असुर और सभी स्वर्गीय जीवों से अपराजय होने का वरदान दीजिए.
ब्रह्मा जी ने आशीर्वाद देते हुए कहा,
तथास्तु.
अनेक वर्षों पश्चात देवताओं में भय व्याप्त हो गया. अभिमानी रावण अपने अपराजय होने के दम में धीरे धीरे अत्यंत दुष्ट बन गए थे. सभी देवगण ब्रह्मा जी के पास रावण को दिया वरदान वापस लेने की विनती करने गए. ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा,
जो हो गया उसे मैं भी वापस नहीं ले सकता. अब सृष्टि के संरक्षक विष्णुदेव ही हमारी सहायता कर सकते हैं.
Prologue. Ravana, the king of the demons, had been praying continuously for 10 whole years to Brahma, the creator of the universe. Finally, Brahma appeared before him. Your penance has come to fruition. Ask what you will. Ravana stood up respectfully. O Lord Brahma, please grant me invincibility from gods, demons, and all divine beings. Brahma raised his hands in blessing. So be it. Many years later, panic had spread through the ranks of the gods. The arrogant Ravana, corrupted by his invincibility, had slowly turned evil. The gods pleaded with Brahma to retract his boon. Even I cannot undo what has been done. Only Vishnu, the preserver of the universe, can help us now.
Good evening, everyone.
Prologue.
No more prologue.
Ravana, the
We're
king
done.
of the...
In 3 languages. I think we're done. Namaste and good evening to everyone. I think there's too much light on my face, so I need to move somewhere where I'm more comfortable. Firstly, thank you very much to the Nehru Center for inviting us to perform at the very esteemed and prestigious Nehru Center. Did I say it twice? Doesn't matter. Let me get into the mood and into the swing of things. First and foremost, thank you to Mr. Amish Tripathi, the new director of the Nehru Center, for taking time to attend our performance. And thank you to Mr. Guhare, the deputy director, who isn't here, he was here just a second ago, for having made us feel at home here, basically, throughout the day. We had a fantastic time running around, setting up the whole sets. And to Mr. J. Viswadeva of Sama Arts Networks for actually introducing our work to the Nehru Center for his Women in Arts Festival, as part of his Women in Arts Festival. Amish Tripathi is an author, he's a diplomat, and he's written several books on Indian mythology, mostly based on the characters. And his recent series is the Ramachandra series, which is based on characters from the Ramayana. So I would request Amish to please come and say a few words about the Ramayana, in fact, I have a question for you, Amish, if you don't mind me asking. Considering today is Halloween, if you had to choose one mythological character that you could dress up as on Halloween, Indian mythological character, who would that be?
Well, that's a good question to start with. I'm not very formal, so can I move this out of the way? I'm sorry, I'm forced to dress in formal clothes for Nehru Center things. I'm not a career diplomat. I'm by nature an author, and I've been assigned this role. I'm just fresh off the boat. I've been here just 3 weeks, and it's a delight that we are hosting the Ramayana, and I get to speak of this. Um, there's a wonderful line someone had said once, and which I had read, that no Indian truly hears the Ramayana for the first time. We're actually almost born with it. And there is something special in our stories. There are many ancient cultures which started their road to civilization with us. And sadly, many of them have died out. They are museum pieces now. But for us Indians, our stories are still very much alive. And it's almost like we can never get bored of our stories. We keep wanting to hear the Ramayana and Mahabharata, which is like the first standard in the graduation course, that is Indic culture. Right at the graduation level, you have the Vedas, post graduation, you have the Upanishads. But Ramayana and Mahabharata is the first standard, the entry level. And most of us, and not just Indians, but people from across Southeast Asia, has its own version of the Ramayana. Many of those countries, the Middle East used to have many of its own versions of the Ramayana in ancient times. We can never get bored enough of these stories. We can never hear them enough. The same people will go again and again to the Ram Leela every year. And we can never get enough of our gods and goddesses. We want to hear different aspects, different perspectives on it. And I think that's because of two reasons. One, we are so deeply emotionally attached to them that hearing those stories in some ways just helps us grow our roots into the soil that we love. Even if we are not in touch with that soil, even if we are living in another country far, far away, in a country like the UK, you hear these stories and you can almost feel the roots of your soul touching the soil of our great Mother India. That's why I guess we love these stories so much. That is the emotional attachment. There is, of course, a philosophical attachment as well. We learn from all these stories. One of the, language gives you a perspective into the culture that language emerged from. In Vedic Sanskrit, there's no translation for the English word blasphemy, because there was nothing that was beyond question, not even our gods and goddesses. Our approach to them was to learn from them, learn philosophies which we can apply in our own lives, which is why we love hearing these stories again and again, because we learn a different thing, every time we hear it. And I saw the rehearsals that were being done. It is absolutely stunning and beautiful. I think this is one of the best things that I have seen in my short time in the Nehru Center out here, and I'm not going to stand too long between you and this wonderful performance. Thank you so much for allowing us to host you, and with utmost respect and deep humility and deep pride, I say Jai Siya Ram. Which character? Okay. I can't see too far, but I'm assuming at least a few people have read my books. Those who've read my books would know. In India, I would be confident. In UK, I'm not so sure. But those who've read my books know that, look, I love and respect every god, but look, with due respect to all gods and goddesses of all religions, for me, Lord Shiva is the coolest god there is, man. He's, as one of my younger readers said, the dude of the gods. Okay, take care. Thank you so much for allowing us to host you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you very much. So we start the evening, we start our performance with a beautiful song that Sachi Sain has composed for our production. So over to Sachi.
Hello, my name is Sachi. I'm very honoured that Neelima asked me to compose a song for this production because the Ramayana is obviously, being Indian, very close to my heart. So I decided to write something about my favorite part of the story, which might not be the part that you expect. For me, this is when Ram and all his friends turn up at the sea and look across to Lanka and they think, how are we going to get there? There's an ocean in the way. But so great is Ram's love for Sita that they manage to surmount this gap by building a bridge. Also, I am an engineer by degree, so I like bridges. Sa sa pa pa ga re sa ga re sa pa pa ga re mi sa ga re sa. Another hot day in the jungle, dear. I'm glad to have you by my side. Been living in this hut for 13 years, ever since my father died. Sa sa pa pa ga re sa re ga. My brother and I left you just one day to try and catch a golden deer. But in our little hut you didn't stay. I was lost when you disappeared. A demon carried you from me beyond the shore of southern sea. But I would cross the earth for you, and all my friends agree. So we're gonna lay these boulders down. We're gonna build a bridge right over here. We're gonna lift these stones together, and I'm gonna build a bridge to you. We're gonna work from dusk till dawn, 'cause I have to build a bridge right over here. We'll succeed in our endeavor, 'cause I have to build a bridge to you. Sa sa pa pa ga re sa re ga. Sa sa pa pa ga re mi sa ga re sa. An army lay in wait on the other side, many thousand demons strong. But when you have faith and good inside, the right will overcome the wrong. The battle raged on, but our friends were brave. A giant and a king were slain. As much as you were mine, I was yours to save. Love is what made my name. Love, let me lay these boulders down. Love, let me build a bridge right over here. Love, let us lift these stones together. And love, let me build a bridge to you. So we're gonna walk from dusk till dawn, 'cause I have to build a bridge right over here. We'll succeed in our endeavor, 'cause I have to build a bridge to you. Sa sa pa pa ga re sa re ga re sa
The great Indian epic, the Ramayana, has been told and retold over thousands of years by poets, performers, and writers. It is a tale of courage and fear, love and hate, devotion and betrayal. The epic spans the three worlds of gods, humans, and demons. Here, the forces of good and evil collide, locked in a battle for the ultimate supremacy. Rama, the crown prince of Kosala, descendant of the timeless Sun dynasty, must face unimaginable danger. But what lies in his destiny?
Prologue. Ravana, the king.
Thousands of years ago in ancient India lived the mighty king Dasharatha, who was blessed with 4 sons, Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrughna. Prince Rama, the eldest, was the king's favorite. He was always accompanied by his younger brother, Prince Lakshmana. They were inseparable. A neighboring king, Janaka, invited kings and princes from across the land to a contest to win the hand of his beautiful daughter, Princess Sita. When Sita and Rama saw each other, they instantly fell in love. To win Sita's hand, they had to lift the mighty bow of Lord Shiva. A young Sita had once playfully lifted the mighty bow, to the astonishment of everyone in the palace. One after the other, the kings and princes tried their luck.
Ravana.
The mighty demon king Ravana took his turn. No one, not even King Ravana, could lift the bow an inch. Ravana was furious, vowing that one day Sita would be his. With divine poise, Rama lifted the mighty bow effortlessly. Rama and Sita were married amidst great rejoicing. As King Dasharatha grew old, he wished to crown Rama as his heir. But his youngest queen, Kaikeyi, had other plans. She demanded that her son, Bharata, be crowned king. Even worse, she demanded that Rama, son of the eldest queen, Kausalya, be banished to the forest for 14 years. Rama and Sita left for the forest. Lakshmana insisted on going with them. Soon after, the heartbroken king Dasharatha died. In the forest one day, a maiden came by Rama's hut. When she saw Rama and Lakshmana, she was captivated. She wanted to marry Rama, but he refused, saying he was married to Sita. Then she wanted to marry Lakshmana, but he refused too, saying he was there to protect Sita. The maiden rushed to attack her. Forced to draw his sword, Lakshmana struck the maiden and cut off her nose. She was transformed into her true self, the demoness Shurpanaka, sister of the mighty demon king Ravana. When Ravana saw his injured sister, he was enraged. He disguised himself as a kindly sage. When Sita was alone, he went to the hut asking for food. As soon as Sita stepped outside the protection of the hut, the sage turned into the 10-headed demon Ravana. Ravana abducted Sita. And carried her away to his kingdom on the island of Lanka. Rama and Lakshmana went in search of Sita, hacking their way through the tangled forest. Along the way, they met Hanuman, son of Vayu, god of the wind. With his help and the monkey army, Rama, Lakshmana, and Hanuman marched to Lanka. So began the war between the two greatest warriors on earth, Rama and Ravana. Thousands died. One of Ravana's poisoned arrows struck Lakshmana in the chest. He fell unconscious. Hanuman flew to the Himalayas and brought back the only flower that could save Lakshmana's life. Rama was overjoyed. The next day, Rama and Ravana faced each other. The battle between the two greatest warriors on earth was long and fierce. Rama invoked the most powerful weapon in the universe, the Brahmastra. The celestial weapon struck Ravana with such enormous force that he was killed instantly. Rama declared to his army,
"Show respect for the fallen demon king, Ravana."
the war was over. Rama and Sita were reunited. Their joy knew no bounds. Soon they returned to Ayodhya. Indians all over the world celebrate Diwali with lamps, fireworks, and sweets to mark the return of Rama and Sita to Ayodhya, symbolizing the triumph of good over evil. Rama and Sita returned to Ayodhya and were crowned king and queen of Kosala. We have the light.
Though darkness veils our eyes, we will not fear. Though the demons have been roused and the drum beats in our ears, those meant to bring peace speak words to poison minds, and deafening defeat is the message they provide. Hear a voice in the night saying all is overcome. Colors flash, blazing light as we welcome in the sun. A new morning, a new day. Breathe the journey you have worn, as we all, with one voice, raise our hearts to greet the dawn. There's a cry of hope fired into the dark, like an arrow flung from a burning heart. The war is over, the battle is won, so let the kingdom light the lamps to lead us home. Though the land we love was overthrown by greed, wrecked by what was stolen, a prisoner of grief. The words that tore us apart, the weapon that caused the divide, has been undone by forgiveness and love. On the streets all the people unite. There's a cry of hope fired into the dark, like an arrow flung from a burning heart. The war is over, the battle is won. So let the kingdom light the lamps to lead us home. We gathered all we had, and we faced the wild seas and the curses that we bore, built a bridge to victory, raise a shout for the cause. Though we've heard the demons scream, courage and justice have triumphed over all our enmity. There's a cry of hope fired into the dark, like an arrow flung from a burning heart. The war is over, the battle is won. So let the kingdom light the lamps to lead us home. Let the kingdom light the lamps to lead us home. Thank you. Nalima just wanted me to say a few words about the song.
Yes, that is Avi Simmons who sung our closing song. Avi, if you could please tell us why you chose to write the lyrics that you wrote.
Yeah, sure. Nalima asked me to, as a non-Indian person, to listen to the story, and it was the first time I'd listened to it. So I was coming to it really fresh, and we talked a bit about just how I could, what my kind of emotional response was to the story, but also how I felt like it was relevant for today and for modern times. So the song really, I think what struck me most about the story is Rama and his kind of willingness to forgive and believe that good can come out of something that he didn't want to happen or that was painful. So really the song was around that, about hope and believing that good can come out of dark times. Thank you.
Sorry? Of course, Amish, of course.
I'm so sorry to intrude on you again, but I simply had to say something. I was actually supposed to leave quickly. My boss, the High Commissioner, told me I have to go for an event. That's why I'm so decked up. But I couldn't pull myself away. And I thought, I've read many versions of the Ramayana. And I thought I knew everything about it. I'm 45 years old. I've lived all my life in India. And Nilima here taught me something that I didn't know about the Ramayana, which actually is filling me with joy. That's why I was stuck here. The wonderful performance and the songs that were played. I love the words. I'll build a bridge to you and let the kingdom light the lamps so we can come home. And I learned one thing. It's because I've spent all my life in India. I'm 45 years old. I spent all my life in India. And that reflected in my speech at the beginning. I thought that Lord Ram and Lady Sita belong to us Indians, that their story connects the roots of our souls to the soil of Mother India. I realized today, Lord Ram and Lady Sita don't belong just to us Indians, they belong to the entire world. Uh, Thank you for teaching me that. And absolutely love this. Thank you so much. Another round of applause, a standing ovation for Nilima and for the two singers and for the, for the puppeteers as well. If they can come, if you guys can all just, the singers, all of you, just come here, please. The puppeteers as well.
Yes, can I
Come,
have
come.
Can I have Joe, Peter, Amber, Aurora, and of course Jilly, our puppet designer, director. Can you? Thank you. And we will be performing several shows at Trafalgar Square, at Diwali in London, Trafalgar Square on Sunday. So please come with your families and enjoy the show with your little ones and with your parents and grandparents. It'll be excellent. So this is our team.
And with that, I better go. My boss is.
Thank you, Amish. Thank you very much. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Before, can I have some more of your time, please? If I can have about 10 to 15 minutes of your time. Thank you, Amish. So basically, I just wanted to sort of briefly give you a kind of overview about how it all started. And obviously, I'd like to introduce all our beautiful team, my beautiful team. So it all started with the boys, my two boys, Shreyas and Ayur, who's sitting there. They've been introduced to the Ramayana. In fact, Ramayana is introduced as part of school curriculum across England and possibly the UK. There's too much light, so I'm not sure where I'm focusing. But yeah, so the boys had done several projects and skits, which included skits and storyboards on the Ramayana. And they thought that they would like to write their own version. And they started back in 2012. And it went on for about a few years, 4 years. And then they finished their final version and they wanted to narrate it themselves, and that was made into an audiobook. It's an audiobook which we published on Audible, and the audiobook was received very well. It got reviewed in the Times as one of the best audiobooks of 2017. It's there on British Airways. I saw Philippa somewhere, but Philippa, thank you. So it's available on British Airways in-flight entertainment, and thank you, Philippa, for liking our book. And then I thought I would like to see a visual representation of this story, because while I was growing up in India, there was a story, a TV show on the Ramayana, which I thought brought the whole nation together. So I wanted to see how I could convey this story. And I started exploring the world of puppetry, and I thought that's a very beautiful way to convey a story. And that's where I met Jilly. And Jilly is a very experienced puppet designer, puppeteer, and she is the director of a puppet show. So I will give the mic briefly to Jilly, and please stay for another 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't really know what I'm going to tell you, except that I think that this is a world-class story. I keep saying that because I think more people in this country know the Mahabharata, maybe because of Peter Brook, but not so many people, strangely, know the stories in the Ramayana. So when Nilima approached me, I retired from puppetry, but I've sort of got sucked into it because I absolutely love it. It's such a worthwhile project, and I think it should be. You can't tell the stories enough. I absolutely agree about that. And there are so many different ways of telling them, and there are so many different Indian art forms that have produced it and shown it in different ways, and it always sheds something new. So now here we are doing our version, and my point of view, what I was hoping to do with it, because I'm born and brought up in India, and it's my great love, and I wanted to bring in some elements that I find absolutely wonderful in Indian fabrics, Indian design, Indian miniatures, Indian paintings,
and it's just, you know, it's everything is there. You just have to pick and choose. And so it was just an absolutely lovely project. And I mean, just enjoying decorating the props and the scenery and things is just a joy. So I thank Neelima very, very much for having had this vision. And I hope it goes further to the full version, because that's what we're really hoping, that we will eventually be able to do the full Ramayana.
So where was I? So last year, my husband Satish Pillai helped me finance the show, and we were invited to perform at Diwali on Trafalgar Square by Neil Kumar and his team, Diwali in London committee, which was a wonderful experience for us, and the response was amazing. So, and this year we found a sponsor, which is Nitin Palan, Mr. Nitin Palan, MBE, and Mr. and Mrs. Palan's foundation. Palan Foundation has sponsored this year's efforts, whether it's rehearsals at their beautiful venue in near Buckingham Palace. It's quite big, actually. It's a wonderful place to rehearse, and he's provided immense support. I mean, it's totally unstinting. If I use the word unstinting, it is exactly that. And thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Palan, for this year's work. And to my wonderful puppeteers, Amber, Joe is only 17. Joe, can you come forward? Joe is 17. And Peter Provis and Aurora. These are our beautiful puppeteers who've handled the puppet so beautifully. And of course, our new members to this year's team, Sachi and Avi Simmons, and my two boys. Can I request Mr. Palan to say a few words, please?
And there will